Hello martial arts family, John Orndorff here from North American Martial Arts Institute in Norwalk, Ohio. We've got a Tae Kwon Do class coming up right now and we better get warmed up. So we'll start with a little bit of virtual jump rope. I hope your day or night is going well. Now we'll kick the feet forward, take the arms backwards like we're jump roping backwards. Those feet moving. All right, body blocks are next. So we're going to take the leg up, bring the elbow to the knee. We're going to angle it out. This is called a body block. Some people call them tie blocks. Bringing that knee up so we're getting close or touching the elbow. Breathe when you do this. Now right into front kicks. We're starting low, still warming up. Now straight punches. You can work from a left lead for a while. That means left leg is forward. Then you can switch it. Got to be light on your feet too. You can also base out side to side to do this. It's actually easier. This is kind of nice because this is your fighting stance. Anyway, they're all good. Now we're going to do some low roundhouse kicks, a nice narrow round. And low, about knee high. Not a big turn, still again warming up, so I want to take it easy. No big twists and turns yet. And now we'll do some hook punches. Stand light on the feet. You switch that lead up. You go to the body and head. Now jumping jacks. Now we're going to go to just punches. Mix it up. You can move forward. When you're doing these punches. Now, kicks. Switch them up. And let's stretch a little bit. So we'll start with a calf and a chest stretch. So pinning the back heel to the floor. Arms up and behind for the chest stretch. Lifting. So we bend the front knee. Now we'll do a back stretch, so we'll put the other leg behind us. Back heel stays down, reaching out, stretching out the back. First side again. Again, keeping the back heel down, bending the front knee, clasping the hands together, raising them so you're getting a chest stretch here. And now other side. Reach forward, stretch that back out. Hamstring stretch is next. Standing hamstring here. Remember, back leg can be a little bent, but front leg needs to be straight. Sit into it. Other side. Same stretch. Feels good, doesn't it? All right, we drop down to one knee. Other leg is out like an outrigger. We're going to push back and take the head towards that extended leg. Now other side, so switch it. Now both legs out into a center stretch. Go back to fingertips and heels. Bouncing on the fingertips and just the heels. We're going to walk the hands forward. Bring the knees in a little bit. Let the hips drop and twist. You feel this on the front of the thigh and in the hip. Inside of the thigh as well. Then feet behind the knees. We're going to push back into this. Feel this on the upper thigh here. Wonderful. Okay, bring those legs in. Got to stand all the way up. All right, so we're going to go into some kicking combos today. And with the kicking combos, we're going to work on 3 different levels: low, middle, and high. What I'm going to ask you to do is try to switch your kicks up while you're doing this. But I'm going to ask you to keep it the same on both sides so that both sides get the same level of kicks. So if I was doing a left low front, a right middle side, and a left high front, when I did it on the other side, it would be just the opposite. So right low front, left middle side, and right high front. Now, when we do this, you can mix up the kicks like I just did, and that's good, but it's also good to make sure that you are working the same kicks at 3 different levels as well. Okay, so maybe I do low round, middle round, and then high round. Okay? And I can do that with the same leg, or I can do it alternating. Low, middle, and high. Does that make sense? You can get creative with this, but what you want to do is you want to make sure that you are working both sides evenly. Now, if you have one side that is not as good as the other side, it's always good to take a little extra time with that side. And if you're going to do that, instead of doing it during the drill, I would do it after the drill. It'll make everything a lot easier, okay? But you can work 3 kicks, all the same kick. Low, middle, high, and then I can switch and do the other side. Low, middle, and high. I'm just going to ask that you have kind of an outline of how you're going to do it. Doing it that way is great. You can switch the kicks up as well. It's up to you. But I'm going to ask that you spend the next 8 minutes doing this, okay? At least 8 minutes. And the idea with this is, if I do a total of 3-minute rounds, I get a 2-minute break in between. So it'd be 2 3-minute rounds with a 2-minute break. That's 8 minutes. I can narrow that down to, if I want to make that a shorter break, I can do 3.5 minutes, 1-minute break, and then 3.5 minutes. I'm going to leave that up to you as to how you set that timing up, or set your rounds up. But the whole idea is to get those legs moving and to work on your different kicks at different levels. All right? So I'm going to ask you to take a few minutes to work on that, and I'll be right here waiting for you. You got to hit the pause button. All right, so I hope you enjoyed the kicking drill with the low, middle, and high kicking areas or zones. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to look at testing forms. Now, everybody practices their testing forms in probably a lot of different ways. At least I hope you do. If you don't, you need to, okay? And with that being said, I have a fun way to do it that I like to do it, but only after I know the form really good. That's the first thing. Second thing, I want to make sure I have clear space. What I'm going to do is I'm going to walk through basic form 1. I'm going to show you how to do this drill. And like I said, you got to make sure you got clear space, because we're going to do this drill with our eyes closed. And the whole idea is, when I do it with my eyes closed, it helps me work on my coordination and balance. Now, when you do this drill the first time, you're probably going to feel off balance, and that's okay. The more you do it, the better your balance is going to be, because you're going to pay more attention to where your weight is and your stance. All right? So I'm going to start from ready position. I'm going to close my eyes and I'm going to do basic form 1. Now that's weird. It's good training though. I might have went a little fast. I'm gonna ask you to slow down, but pay attention to your balance. And you will notice back to front balance a lot. You'll really notice what it's like when your eyes are closed. But take your time and have good posture. Shoulders back. It'll help you keep your balance. Think about keeping your weight on your back heel. It'll help you perform the form. Okay? Now what I'm going to ask you to do with this is I'm going to ask you to practice this for 5 minutes. For 5 minutes, I should be able to do that form at least 3 times, maybe 4 times. Don't rush it. Take your time and really focus on your balance. Now, that's your current testing form. If you're still working, if you don't have a form, then do basic form 1, the one I just did. And you can do that by following this video, or you can follow the other videos we have on this channel, because we have the forms on here as well. Now, if that's your current testing form, great, but I'm also going to ask you to work on your previous. So the one before this one. If this is your first testing form, do a couple of extra times through it, okay? But I'm also going to ask you to spend 3 to 4 minutes on your previous if you do have a previous form, and to do it in this fashion, okay? So go ahead and pause the video, practice that out, and we'll see you shortly. All right, now, next what we're going to do is we're going to work on a kicking drill, and this kicking drill is called the seconds kicking drill. And what it is we're going to slow the kicks down so we can focus on our balance and technique and other little things that are important, okay? So, 10-second testing kicks is what we're going to start with. So if my testing kick is front kick, I'm going to take 10 seconds to execute the kick. So it look like this. Once my foot leaves the floor, I start to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They can't touch the floor until I'm done counting. I'm going to work it both legs. I'm going to work it 5 times each leg though, okay? So you do that again, same drill, counting for 10 seconds, taking your time, thinking about things like chamber. 1, 2, 3, good chamber. 4, good extension. 5, good foot position. 6, 7, rechamber. 8, 9, 10. All right, now if your testing kick would be front kicks and side kicks, do it with both of them. And my suggestion would be that you did it 10 times with each kick on each leg, okay? So my testing kick was just front kicks, I would do 20 kicks total. Now, if it was fronts and sides, I would do, how many? 40 kicks total, all right? But I'm gonna ask you to take your time and to count real slow. You can have somebody count for you if you like. That makes it even better, because you know they're not gonna count as fast as you might count, okay? Now, here's the thing. I'm going to work that with my testing kicks. If I want to challenge myself even more, I can work with all my kicks up to my testing kicks. All right? Now, when we get into spinning kicks, sometimes it's a little tougher to control. So let's say I'm going to do a back kick. I might have a little more difficulty controlling that kick, so I might cut the time down. I might make it a 7-second kick. But if I can do 10 second, I want to shoot for that, right? Okay? So let's say I'm going to do a back kick right now. Here we go. I'm going to do my turn, and then once my foot leaves the floor is when the kick starts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's a little trickier, okay? And it tests your balance. Same thing with backswing kicks or spinning inside out crescent kicks. Take your time. And you know, if you want to try 5 second and then bring it up to 10 second, the longer you can do it, the more control you have. So I'm going to ask you to spend 10 minutes working on those slow, controlled kicks. Make sure that you work hard on both sides. If you have a weak side, and everybody's got a weak side, spend extra time on the weak side. Okay? So go ahead and pause the video and get started on that. I'll be right here waiting for you. All right, so I hope the 10-second and 5-second kicking drill went well. Next, what we're going to do is we are going to work on a no contact sparring drill. This is fun if you've got a partner, but it's still fun without one. If you have a partner, here's what you want that person to do. They're going to call out levels. Low, below the belt, middle, between the belt and shoulders, and then high, above the shoulders, okay? And they're going to have you either punch or kick in those zones for, let's say, 5 seconds. And then they switch the zone. So if I was punching in the high zone, I punch for 5 seconds, and then maybe I punch middle. Now I'm not going to punch low, but I'll kick low. So if I'm doing low kicks, low zone, then middle, then maybe high. And the whole idea is somebody's going to challenge you by changing the zones. It's better if they don't do it in the same order, okay? So maybe I'm calling out the zones for you and I start off with low. And then instead of going to middle, maybe I go right to high. And then from high, maybe I go to low, okay? Maybe I go from middle to high to middle. Switch it up a little bit. And also, remember to switch up the techniques that you're using. Don't just do kicks all the time. Don't forget about hands. Maybe I throw in middle for hands. And then high. Then middle. Then maybe they say middle again and I stay in the middle. Okay, but switch it up for your partner so they have to think. Now, that's fine and dandy like that when you are static. But when you start moving, it makes it even more difficult. So you can have your partner circle and maybe say low. Now they're kicking low. Now high. Now they have to kick high. Okay? But they have to move while they're doing it. You can see I'm struggling with it. Anyway, I'm going to ask you to take some time and to work on that. A good way to do that is 2-minute rounds. You have somebody do a 2-minute round, you give them a 1-minute break in between, and you have them do another 2-minute round. It's some good training, okay? You should be sweating by the time you're done. So go ahead and run through those drills, and we'll see you shortly. All right, my friends. I hope the drills went well. I hope your class went well. And look forward to seeing you soon. I hope everything's going okay in this crazy world we're living in. We didn't do flags when we started, but we're going to do them now. So we'll start with ready position. Chariot. Kinye. Baro. Anjo. Okay. Burrow. Arrow set. Chariot. Kinye. I want to thank you for your time and your energy today. Spending some time with me here. I look forward to seeing you soon. And take care of yourself. Thank you. Chariot. Kinye. 고소합니다.